So, yeah, thank you for giving me the opportunity to introduce actually the topic of AI at the age and healthcare. I will provide this overview on behalf of EPoSS, the European Technology Platform on Smart System Integration, and particularly on behalf of the working group on healthy living. That's the group of members who within this European technology platform discuss strategic and technological developments linked to the increasing use of smart systems in healthcare and in well-being. And of course, in order to provide technological solutions to this application domain, we have to take into account the different specificities in this field, which is quite complex in terms of industrial value chains, in terms of regulatory frameworks, market requirements, but also the impact it has on the society in general, and through that, the political significance of the healthcare sector. And that's basically the way we are working in this working group are on different approaches. First, a kind of multidisciplinary approach. We have a real mix between universities, research centers, but also quite a lot of SMEs and also larger companies. So we are able to build up a kind of ecosystem here to discuss these issues in health tech. We have also a cross-fertilization approach, meaning that this working group is not a silo within EPoSS, but we are exchanging with other vertical, so applicative working group, but also horizontal, so the technology-based working groups. We also have participative approach based on open consultation of members. So we discuss the topics all together. We have consultation also to contribute to different strategic papers. We just saw the example of the ECS area from Elizabeth. And beyond the EPoSS community, we also quite a lot of links with the outside from the different partnerships that will be also set up in the framework of Horizon Europe, but not only, also with some platform dedicated to health technologies. For instance, Health Tech for EU, we signed a memorandum of understanding for them in order to build up forces and to join forces to provide the best innovation in healthcare. And that's the principle we are following when we are discussing the future of smart systems. And that's something that Elizabeth already mentioned. There's a shift in electronics, and the fact that we are broadening the scope to photonics and to diverse technologies, we have to think of a new layer of electronics, and that's the results of some EU project we are conducting together with EPoSS. That's a 5E project here, where we develop a concept for functional electronics, because we see that we need a higher degree of integration, and we need to speak about functionalities independently from the underlying technologies. And the topic of AI at the edge, for instance, is really crucial to realize a specific functionalities, which is more the computing, processing, and data treatment functionality, but each functionalities that are realized by the electronics are should be combined in order to provide solutions. And that's why we analyzed in the 5E project that processing and AI at the edge is always in combination, mostly of sensing functionalities, but also a lot of interactions with energy, powering, communicating, and of course actuating. So that's a major trend for electronics. Another trends, this time more in healthcare, and that's also the results of another European project we are linked to, that's the Nobel project. We see that healthcare and the way healthcare is provided is changing. And I guess, I hope that technology and innovation in electronics, in digital technologies is helping this shift in healthcare from a centralized healthcare with some silos, hospital, doctors, and so on, to a more decentralized model where health technologies help to prevent disease, help also to have or to attenuate or to delay the acute phase with the introduction of a pre-acute phase where diagnostic and monitoring play a crucial role. Health tech also reduce the intensity of the acute phase with personalized medicine, with a monitoring during and after treatments, for instance, but also with a lot of rehabilitation so that people can go back to their normal life or quite normal life as soon as possible, and with a better quality of life. And even if some chronic disease require monitoring over the long time, there are some solutions also to improve home care in this respect. So that's a second major shift in related to health tech or innovation in healthcare. And that's why it's important to take that into consideration when considering HAI and healthcare, because it's offering a lot of perspectives along this continuum of healthcare, from prevention to diagnostic to home care, but also a lot of requirements along this this continuum. So we need some useful information that also should be exchanged between the different actors, between the different places. We need safe operation. We need increased performances. We need also an improved autonomy of systems. And that's something that the European Commission also stress in the future framework program. We need also human-centric perspective besides considering also sustainability issues. And this set of requirements are also places where HAI can act and can provide some solutions. So for instance, seamless operation. We need some technologies to provide that. And I would say the closer to the body, the safer operation should be. And the image here is, if you're driving a self-driving car and going into a tunnel, you don't want the intelligence to be in the clouds. You want the intelligence to be in the car, in the tunnel, in order to come out from the tunnel safe. And that's quite the same here with healthcare devices. You want that the intelligence provides some safety in operations and provide no disruption in any conditions. But HAI also provides some an increased self-sufficiency in terms of automation, and provide a higher level of automation in device, but also self-sufficiency in terms of energy management, better matching power and consumption. So providing maybe some lifelong and battery-free operations, but also have the potential to reduce the maintenance burden, and potentially also to have maintenance-free health tech devices. And the best examples here are implantables, wearables, where you definitely need AI to provide this kind of seamless operations. Another field where it's important, or there's a lot of perspectives for artificial intelligence at the age, is in terms of usability. And first is personalization of diagnostic, of treatments, of care. Is important. It's important to consider individual requirements, the different lifestyle, the environment, but also some potential cognitive or physiological impairments. And that's the potential that artificial intelligence at the edge has to consider this and to adapt to provide the best benefit for the people, for the patients, and also for the professionals. And last but not least, in this personalization issue, the aspect of interfaces and between human and machine is very important, and there's a lot of artificial intelligence needed in the device to provide better adapted interfaces here. In terms of safety and privacy, that's an increasing concern for users to have some devices that are safe and respect their privacy. So Edge AI provides or enables an encryption direct on device, so that the data on the device and communicated from the device are safer, and to provide also truthworthy and explainable results. That's important for the people to understand what the device is doing, what the results are and why. And the last thing in safety and privacy is reducing the transfer of information is important. So if AI can contribute to this and avoid some unnecessary communication with the cloud, for instance, I think that's really important to reduce that. Here we see that Edge AI is important for patient empowerment, and that's kind of blurring lines between healthcare and pure health or medical applications, and also well-being. Yeah? People want devices that are somehow very easy to use. I took here the example of Diabeloop, a French company providing loop systems for diabetes management, where your smartphone is becoming a main actor in your healthcare. Another field that is really key for the increased use of artificial intelligence at the edge is, of course, decision making, and to provide a higher effectiveness in that. For instance, by filtering noise and directly from data gained in the device, reducing measurement error, increasing precision. And devices are acquiring a lot of data through multiplex sensing, and beyond that, we need to intercalate these data sets. That's an ability that artificial intelligence in the device should have in order to access to new knowledge. And the basis of that is to go from reactive to proactive. So to provide not only raw data, but to have both a contextual and a contextual information to better understand and to better take decisions on that. And of course, early diagnosis is key in curing diseases. So before symptoms appear, we need this a way to detect weak signals. Here, I would state that diagnostic imaging could really reach a new dimension with Edge AI. I took an example that's somehow important, also mentioned in the ECSS array, of portable ultrasound devices that are integrating some artificial intelligence. Well, we need also real read time Why? Because we have to reduce latency to accelerate the processes, and reducing the distance of communication is important. But we need also to some extent an increased time resolution, because conditions are fast changing, and we need a very small reaction time here in order to enhance precision of health interventions. But at the same time, it's enabled to exploit swarm intelligence and to have multiple devices with HAI, and to run parallel threads to solve complex problems and to optimize the resources. I would state here that closed-loop systems and high-precision tasks in medicine need this kind of HAI to gain in performances. And the last thing, we need a true continuum of healthcare, and HAI will contribute to that by filling the gap between the different phases, between well-being, pre-acute, acute, rehabilitation, and so on, and will increase the reliability of data between these phases. And another thing is, we need to increase proficiency of stakeholders, not only of doctors and medical professionals, but also of a patient. That's with the help of HAI, I think it's possible. But we need interoperability of data between these phases. So that's why we need to align medical and digital standards, and that's an ability that HAI has, as well as to support digestion of information from one stakeholder group to the other. That's why I believe that HAI has the ability to provide the necessary bridge. Here, as an image that's in first response, the small company Archeon Medical in France is providing this kind of device to teach professional but also non-professional how to provide first responses and to save lives. So as a concluding remark, I would say HAI has the potential to contribute in tackling current challenge in healthcare, but it won't be the only solution. So that's always a combination, and working in the cloud, working in the device are two different aspects that have to be considered here. So, and that's it.